Well, this deadline certainly came out of nowhere. Hey, you know what? The last one was pretty heavy, so let's have some fun. I get a lot of feedback about my various shows and columns here on The Escapist, and while I can't respond to every friend request, message, forum talkback, email, ransom note, or vague threat of physical violence, rest assured I read almost all of it. As such, there's a few things that come up a lot, and I figured now was as good a time as any to actually answer some of these frequently asked questions. Now, since this is the first time I've done one of these, let me get the really general stuff out of the way first. My favorite movie? Robocop. My favorite food? A tie between buffalo chicken pizza and cheeseburger macaroni. Favorite drink? Beer with a shot of Jack. Favorite TV show? Mystery Science Theater 3000. Favorite song? Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas, but sometimes Big Balls by AC/DC. Religious affiliation? Raging at the Heavens. Political affiliation? Whatever benefits me or the small list of stuff that me actually cares about most in any given situation. Dream job? Directing a proper live-action adaptation of Super Mario Bros. Almost as good job I'd settle for, doing exactly what I'm doing now but from the harem of my solid gold space castle instead of my living room. Favorite animal? Hippopotamus. Favorite word that's fun to say? Also hippopotamus. Favorite hobby? Favorite hobby I can actually discuss? Baking. Don't give me that look. Okay, here we go. MovieBob, why do you hate insert movie, game, or topic here? Chances are, I don't hate whatever it is you think I hate. Something I do hate? People who use the word hate as a synonym for disagrees with my opinion about. Something else I hate? People who are mean to dogs. Just wanted to put that out there. Why are so many of your jokes and even whole big picture episodes about comic books? That's actually a good question, and I don't really have an answer for it. I don't know, it just kind of worked out that way. I guess maybe it's because so much of the other content on the site has so many great gaming and gamer jokes already, and I want to stand out. Really, it's just where my mind goes, honestly. But yeah, you're right, it does tend to come up a lot, huh? Speaking of which, I'd like to get into comics, but I don't want to have to deal with continuity. Is there a way to do that? I get this one pretty much every time we do a
Comics are weird
episode, and since there's more of that coming up, I should probably get to this now. Short answer, not really. See, wanting to get into comics, by which of course people generally mean wanting to get into American superhero comics, without having to deal with continuity, is like wanting to eat at KFC but without having to ingest chicken. You can do it, but your options are limited and you probably shouldn't bother. See, superhero comics tend to tell long-running stories that jump across multiple titles, all affecting one another, because that's the best business model for serialized weekly magazines. Also, most of the guys writing comics professionally now grew up as fans, so big, dense, continuity-laden stories are often what they want to write. You can't really separate one from the other. The good news is, it's not really that hard to deal with. Modern comics publishers tend to package completed story arcs into collected editions called trades that you can find in most bookstores and even some libraries. My advice? Go find one that looks interesting and read it. If you run into something confusing or a reference you don't get and you think you actually like what you're reading enough to want to understand it better, hit up Wikipedia or one of the thousands of other info sites and find the answer. If you find yourself unable to care about the bigger implications or little inside references enough to want to figure them out, well, you may have just learned that this particular hobby may not be for you. Congratulations, you're going to save a lot of money. I have this great idea for a big picture episode. Now, okay, I won't lie, once in a while, ideas offered in this way actually do wind up turning into a show, and I appreciate that. But consider this. Instead of asking me to do a show or a column about something that interests you, why don't you do one? The internet provides a lot of opportunity for new voices to be heard on blogs, forums, and video sharing sites. If you've got something to say, why tell me about it, when you could tell the world? Why don't you review more foreign movies? Good question. Well, it's because I'm based in the United States, and the general mission of Escape to the Movies is to review big new releases, so I kinda have to go by the release schedule of my own region. That's not to say I would never do an episode about rare exports or Troll Hunter, which I hear are both awesome. It's just that I kinda have to work with what I get. Wow, that time went by like nothing. That was fun, and we'll have to do this again sometime. Until then, I'm Bob, and that's the big picture.